Hey, so in this video, I challenge myself to make monsters in 1 hour versus 100 hours. The monsters are inspired by VHS analog horror type monsters. This video was inspired by FX Forge. So make sure to check out his video after this one. I know this isn't usually my type of content. Hey, it's still a monster, so let's hop right into it. Okay, so I have 1 hour, 100 hours to make a monster. I'm not gonna touch Blender, but I have a couple rules that I'm just gonna state here. Everything that I do has to be in that 10 hours. And I'm allowed to use also like my asset library with all these like cool human parts and textures that I've made because I've already spent hours making those type of stuff. And then I'm also allowed to use plugins, of course, that I already have in the system. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I have this open right here, and then I want to open up whatever. I can't speak. Okay. Where is it? Pinterest. Yeah, there you go. You can really see that I like my medieval stuff. Let's look up monster. Fantasy costume designs. Let's look up monster. A monster. I like this. I'm just gonna grab that. Maybe monster design concept. How about that? Okay. Because we gotta get some reference. Something not too hard. So we have that for that. Oh my god, I'm so stressed out. Something not hard that I would be able to make in an hour. I want to make sure that I can make it in an hour. I could just make the face, but I feel like a full monster would be cool. Okay, I've already wasted minutes here. I don't know. Bones are really cool, but it's gonna be a while. This is kind of cool. I just like this. I like this character. Maybe just a simple humanoid with like a creepy face, creepy like body like that. I think I could definitely go off of there and then like a face like this. Okay, put this to the side. Let's start up with the references. So I'm gonna skip this part because in the back here, you're just gonna see me stress out like crazy. I literally had to just kind of stop the timer, sit back from the computer for like a minute or two and just breathe because I was so stressed out. I never usually have a timer on my work, and when I do, especially a very short time, 1 hour, if you're an artist and you make something in 1 hour and you actually want to make it good, try to do that real quick. Try to make something, sit down. I encourage you to just sit down after this video and try to make something really good in 1 hour. It's really hard. It's tough. It's challenging. And if you do the challenge, then at me, at Sunwave3D, and I might put it on my channel and post because I love to see your guys' art. But yeah, I was incredibly stressed out. And I soon got a grip and I knew what I wanted to do, but I sadly wasted like 6 minutes just stressing out. Be better if I don't do that. My lord, this is a little bit hard because I don't even know what to choose from because there's so many ways that I can approach this. I think what I should do is probably make a very simple base mesh and then pose it and then sculpt it from there, I guess. I don't know. I know what it looks like in the back. It looks really bad, like really bad, but trust me, there's a lot more to come. While making this model, I even created a little bit of a story. So here's how a little bit of the tale goes. They say a man caught a virus, which no doctor could name. It rotted his skin, twisted his body, and left him starving for the living. Now he lives in the sewers, pulling down anything that walks too close. When he feeds, he doesn't eat. He absorbs. Bodies melted into his flesh, faces scratched across his skin, still alive and screaming. He uses their voices to lure more victims. If you ever hear someone calling for help from the storm drain, don't look, don't listen, just run.
Help me.
yeah, that's a little bit of a short story, you know, something interesting if you want to talk about it. I'm going to create another one for the 100-hour one. Tell me what you thought about that short story, and tell me what you thought about the 100-hour short story if you're wanting to in the comments. I would love to hear your opinion because I had some fun making it, so hopefully you enjoyed it. So in the back here, you can see I'm working on the head and making it more goopy and droopy, I guess. That is both words that I don't usually say, ever. I sadly didn't get even the time to really talk because the timer was running out so quickly when I got to sculpting. It just like drained all of my time. Next thing you know it, I'm at like 50 minutes, 40 minutes, 30 minutes. You know, it was getting lower and lower and lower. Honestly, really terrified me. Okay, so I think I did okay with this sculpt. There's some stuff that I could definitely do better, but I think I'm gonna just have to deal with it because I only have 16 minutes left. So I will figure this out. So here comes the real stressful part. I just did all the sculpting. I just did all of the modeling. Now what is left is rigging, scene modeling, I guess, and then lighting and compositing. I left myself all of these things to do in 16 minutes. 16 freaking minutes. Why? Why have I done this to myself? Why? You know, I do get there in the end. It's just rough the entire time. I do not speak. You barely hear a peep out of me. I am so focused. I am locked in all the way. 100%, 120, 150% in. It's crazy, dude. That's the alarm. That's getting real close. Holy crap. That was immensely stressful. And I don't really like it. But I think I'm gonna have to deal with it. There might be some minor changes that I want to do, like just to like in the editing to make it look good. Like right here. So like if I go in yeah, make like the shadows stronger or something. I don't know. But if I like add like, let's see, there we go. So something like that. I think I did okay. I like the sculpting a good amount, but otherwise I'm not fully in love with it. But I will probably, you know, I'll figure it out. I think this is okay. I'll save it. Okay, so nothing crazy. A humanoid that's kind of like fleshy and gory and, you know, melting. I like the face the most, to be honest. I think the rest of the body is pretty lacking in detail, and especially the finger. What? Oh my god. The fingers are terrible. Like, they're terrible. They look really bad. That's why you can't see them, by the way. Just telling you, like, you can barely see them. They look really bad. Anyways, let's go into the 100-hour. Okay, so I'm gonna pretty much skip all of this because something really funny happened. Not funny in the moment, trust me, but it was funny looking back, and these things happen. And luckily, I had 100 hours. I only spent like an hour or two on this. It was not the end of the world, it was just really disappointing at the time. Also, I'm kind of glad I restarted because, for some apparent reason, I made a Pokemon. I don't know what encouraged me to make a Pokemon, but I made a Pokemon. So, whatever. But here's the clip. Here's the amazing clip that, quite funny, to be honest. Okay, so I combined all of them, which you can see here. I combined it. It's not looking the greatest, trust me. It really isn't. This is what you call a dense mesh. It's a bad thing. You don't want it if you're making fast movements with your model and really animating in general. It's a big no-no if you want things to go quickly. This is looking really bad. I've never done this type of stuff before, but you know what? Because I had the time, I wanted to try it out. I don't like it. But you know what? I do have a more interesting scope base than I usually do. I really don't know. Because moving these around, well actually, I'm surprised that movement is not bad at all. Yeah, wow, I'm actually very surprised that there was no lag. And here it comes. This is gonna look weird. Oh my lord, he's spinning around. Oh my lord, look at him. That's kind of cool. That was my first mistake, thinking it was cool. I didn't know I could do that. That's pretty neat. You could just spin your creature around like this. Spin, 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 spin. Whoa. I'm gonna copy that object. Save it, because it is a interesting mess. I'm gonna go and create a new folder. Yes, save. Wait! In that moment, I realized I lost everything. I lost everything that I just worked on. But I didn't want to accept it. Here are the 5 stages of grief. Yeah. Did I just do something bad? I just lost all my progress. These times of failure and deleting all your work, just breathe, maybe take a break, and come back to it. Who knows? It might be better. I might make something better than I did before. So, yeah, hooray. Because the original, 1 hour, there wasn't really any planning to it. There wasn't really any thought. I was just like, what looks creepy? What could look good? I literally have just spent a solid day just thinking about horror concepts that's gonna make people get freaked out. And I think I landed on one that's really good, but I do need to warn you guys. There's no blood, there's no horrific things, but if you don't like insects, the 100-hour monster is gonna probably not be up your alley. I have a picture. I have a picture of one realistic insect. The rest are art and concepts. So I'm gonna show you the picture, and if you're ready to see it, if you don't like bugs, especially centipedes, please do not force yourself. Maybe skip this section because it's gonna be a while until we see the actual final. So, ready? 3, 2, 1. Here is what I'm working with. Here is the realistic centipede. Have some concept ideas, and just so that you don't have to see it, I'm gonna move it away. And then here's some creepy art. Now, if you want, you can look at the screen. It's still creepy centipede stuff. So I'm making the centipede, and it's gonna have a face It's all like stretched out and horrifying. It's gonna have a skull tail that it can whack people with. And then on the back of it, it's gonna cover itself with bones and animal bones and stuff like that from the victims that it's killed. I have really thought about this, okay? I've really thought about this and I really wanted to make a good creature with this. So, enjoy! I wanted to talk this very simple way of how like I'm making the centipede's body, because it has this kind of, I'll just show you the non-creepiest. It has this like long, little thing there, right? And you kind of can create this by layering these pieces layer by layer. But let's say that I wanted to, for some apparent reason, I wanted to create that layer, right? And I would have to go and duplicate this, move it back, duplicate this, move it back. Oh, that's gonna take forever. Grab all the stuff, duplicate this, take it back. Oh, I have to go and edit. Like, look at that. That's not even. Looks weird. So you can just get the array modifier. I have the which I need to probably move my little guy. Hold on. But yeah, so we have the mirror, the subdivision modifier here, and then the array modifier. And in this order, which I'll show you by step what this is doing, is that it's taking this original model, which is what it looks like. It looks like this. It's adding a mirror modifier to it. Then it's subdividing that. Here we go, which that makes it look nicer. Then it's arraying it, which means pretty much making multiple in a array going down, which I'm pretty sure the array definition means something close to this. I don't really... I'll put the definition here if I'm right, but the array is like a line of something that's the same, I think. I could be wrong. But yeah, and you can have this infinite. Like, you can, like, whoop, it's a long freaking centipede, right? I don't need it that long. It seems like most centipedes are, like, not too long, like, around here. I'll make it longer, just probably longer than, like, most centipedes, probably because, just add to the creepiness, Why not? Okay, so I put this like ugly looking face right now on it, and I'm gonna open this mouth and make him like, oh, what you looking at? Man, he's like, Anyways, so I'm gonna like make it look all freaky and yelly and all stuff like that. Really add this like unhuman aspect to it. Then on the top here, for the bones, right down here, we have all these like little like spikes. And I want to put like bones, rib cages here and stuff like that. I was thinking, oh yeah, and also by the way, we have the skeleton skull back here, looking pretty good. And what I was thinking was we could put a whale skeleton on this, which I don't know how the centipede killed a whale or found a whale skeleton, maybe just on the beach. And then it's gonna be a bunch of humans on the centipede. So not long ago, I just posted like a sneak peek of this creature to you guys, and you guys said it looks like the Skelopede or something like that from Pressure, and I didn't even realize, but looking at it, they look very, very similar. I totally see where that is coming from. It's not, but I see it. I see the vision, right? I'm trying to be more creative than just making Pressure content, and I made a Pressure creature in the end. Are you freaking kidding me, bro? I'm never gonna escape Pressure. I love it to death, though. I appreciate everything it's given me. All the Pressure fans, thank you for watching. I want to make some different content every so often. And I just make a Pressure creature. That's pretty funny. So in the back here, I'm actually kind of making and posing all different variety of skeletons that is going to be on the centipede. Because, you know, the centipede probably killed like, I think I actually put like 200 skeletons on this character, which, by the way, is a big pain to render. So, yip hip hooray. But yeah, 200 skeletons around there. And I wanted them in a variety of poses. So I think I made like 6 or 5 different poses I wanted them to be in different ways of them being broken, like the ribcage brokens, missing like arms, missing legs, missing jaws, just really anything that I could like think of, and that would be creepy. And when I thought it was like, okay, yeah, this is overdone, I just stopped. But yeah, no, I think I did a decent job at it. There is one where he's like, had like a YouTube face, which is the first one. He's like, oh my god. I thought that was kind of funny, so I just kept it. So, but the way I did it was kind of interesting. I don't know how well I can describe it, but pretty much I put a bunch of hairs on the creature, and then I said, okay, so I want these hairs to be on top, sticking in a certain direction. And then I want you to replace the hairs with the skeletons. And it worked. And it looks great, in my opinion. It's just like a weird way of doing it. I don't know if that's like a weird way. I don't know. But it's a way of doing it. Let's just say that, okay? It's a way to do it. But I enjoyed it. What do you think? Did you think I did a good, bad job, terrible job? I should just end my career right here, right now, you know? Whatever. Tell me in the comments. Typically, with my like monster work that I do, I don't really look up disturbing stuff. But for this video, oh my god, I've had to look up centipedes, I've had to look up rotting flesh, I've had to look up bones, skeleton bones, what it looks like, all this like bone gross stuff. I've gotten kind of close to where I kind of want to be. This is what I have, so if I turn off all that, this is what I have. Where it's showing all these like fleshy, gross stuff. I don't know if this is gonna be monetized. I don't know if this is gonna be monetized, to be honest. This is pretty intense. But yeah, no, this is how it's looking right here. With the blood flesh, with my zombie flesh I made. So I feel like that looks pretty good, but yucky. It looks really yucky, dude. Okay, as you guys know, if you watch my content a good amount, I love sculpting. There was like 0 sculpting in this project. It was just kind of mainly simple modeling. So I didn't actually enjoy this project too much. Even though I'm proud of it, it just, the experience of actually creating it was quite tedious, not super enjoyable, and you know, it was tough. It was very, very tough. If this does get a lot of likes, I actually was thinking about animating this character, the centipede character, and really making an in-depth story about it. If you're interested to see that, hit that like button. Also subscribe. I as a YouTuber, I gotta have to say that. Like, I know I don't say that like ever. I don't like to usually be like, please subscribe, please. But I do have to say it every so often, I feel like. But yeah, his face was interesting. It was hard because the smile was a little bit weird. I didn't really know how to make it look organic and also non-organic and terrifying at the same time. So it was a tough battle to kind of make that equal. But in the end, I think I did a pretty good job. What do you think? More face detail because just a giant smile isn't terrifying enough. So I took a skull and I ripped it apart a little bit and I added it where you can literally see his gums like peeking through while he's smiling with his giant teeth. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that detail a lot. I feel like it adds a lot to the creature. And then on top of that, I modeled some like simple bug pinchers, arms, legs, I don't really know. Because it's heavily inspired from this picture, this amazing artwork that I found. I think it's a great, creepy idea to have the pinchers ripping the skin and forcing a smile. Very unnatural, very unhuman. Because, I don't know, maybe the creature thinks that making a smile will attract humans and that's how it kills its prey, which it's not gonna work like this. It probably just kills them. I'm gonna be real with you, but it's fine. I think that looks pretty darn freaking cool. Time for coloring, shading, and texturing. I actually had to make a whole new bug texture, bug exoskeleton texture for this creature, which I'm going to use in other creatures because it kind of seems useful. But anyways, we're closing to the end of the video. Yes, this is an almost 30-minute long video, or actually maybe 30-minute long. I haven't fully edited from here. If you've made it this far, oh my god. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. The way I get to know if you made it this far and that I will like your comment is if you put a skull icon right next to it. If you put a skull emoji, I will favorite, I will like it, I will do whatever, I might even respond to it. But I will make sure because you watched this extremely long video from mine. And I thank you so very much. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Time for the beauty shots. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a longer video. I hope you enjoyed the entire thing. I enjoyed editing it, even though it was a little bit of a pain. This is a good amount of content to just chew on and really enjoy. So, anyways, you guys have an amazing morning, afternoon, or night. Peace out.